My grandmother is 84 when she tells me she never wanted to marry my grandfather. I have asked enough questions to know she means, how could a 17-year-old girl marry a man she only knew a few months? She means he had the right passport and her father said yes. She means she doesn't have any teeth because she lost her toothbrush so early in the war. My grandmother was 10 when her hometown of Lviv, Ukraine was bombed for the first time. That day Irene took her 6-year-old brother Julian to get milk from the market. The bombs started on the other side of the city. The sky, a concrete floor of fire, and Irene running through the streets. A giant glass jug in her arms and a tiny boy clinging to her hand. My grandmother means Julian survived a concentration camp, but we do not talk about it. She means she worked in an ammunition factory Hitler had built underground, her fingers pulsing with bullets. She means the Nazi officers fed her dog glass to kill him. She means when her house was bombed in half, they lived in the basement with pillows over the windows to prevent bullets from coming inside. She means the men lined up in the streets, and every 10th one was shot in the head. The women shaved, naked in carts. Her body was so frail, the doctors told her she would never have children. For years, she had to be sedated simply so she could sleep. She wanted to grow up to be a physician or a scientist. My grandmother, she did not go to high school. She taught herself English from reading the newspaper. She met her mother-in-law for the first time 30 years into her marriage. My family has spent my entire life romanticizing the way my grandfather survived World War II. But it is my grandmother who is left behind. She is the constant reminder of what war looks like, that I am here because she survived. She spent decades refusing to speak of the bodies, the camps, refusing to tell her daughter when her wedding anniversary is, and now her mouth is a nail gun. She cannot stop spilling the horror from her tiny body, and Ukraine is still on fire. When my grandmother returned to Lviv 5 years ago, she was angry at the way her city has never recovered. But my grandmother has never recovered. They are both still choking on the sound of bullets. My grandmother, she is full of holes, but she loves those around her as though she is forcing them to rebuild, to survive. My grandmother, she is 84 when she tells me she's been having the same dream for years. She is trapped at the bottom of a dark well, and her mother is standing at the top. My grandmother climbs and climbs and climbs the walls around her, but she can never get out.